All right. Look, like I said, there's a lot that's been going on. So I've been posting as much as I can. There's a lot of things I want to talk about, but I'm going to do this as a quick little roundup. First, I'm going to get the one out of the way. I'm so happy that Rick Moranis was supposed to be coming back. You got the thing with Ryan Reynolds. That commercial was great where he's like, I'm just a fan. And the jerk who put his hands on Rick Moranis, you should be ashamed, and I hope you get stomped out by 10 big, grown people. Because how do you attack Rick Moranis? He's a national treasure. You have to be some kind of level of bad to attack Rick Moranis. What's wrong with you? I should slap the monkey piss out of you just for you existing right now. I need to get that off my chest. Her, he's doing all right, but that jerk, you're trash. So I just wanted to get that out the way. Two things I'm going to talk about in this video. One, yes, I was actually collecting these until they came out with the compendium, so I'm actually going to try to get the compendiums, but bam! Invincible, baby. I have, I think, 1 through 7, maybe 1 through 9. It's either 1 through 9 or 1 through 7. I have all of Wolfman. I started Walking Dead and they came out the compendium, so now I'm just doing the compendiums. These take up a lot of space. So let me put that there. So I've been bugging that we needed Invincible for a while. And there was this like little stop motion thing back. And I've told my friends and stuff. I even got my one boy into Invincible. Because to me, personally, it's one of the greatest comic book superhero stories ever told. And it's better than most. It has like a slow burn, and then it gets a realness to it, but it takes them to some places you don't. I wish we could get more Invincible. But he went for a long time with Invincible. And Invincible was kind of Robert Kirkman's superhero take. It's kind of like if you took, meets my personal opinion, if you took Dick Grayson, Peter Parker, and a little bit of Superboy from Young Justice, the TV show, you get Invincible. He can fly, his super strength. The cartoon looks good, really good animation, an Amazon original. I'm excited. I've been saying they need to do an Invincible for a long time. And here's the thing, that can go several seasons. Because Invincible is a pretty long story. Like I said, I'm working to get the compendium. Same Walking Dead, because they got like volumes in the 20s and I just don't have the space, but the compendiums usually come like this. Like Hack Slash, for example, I actually get the omnibuses. I'm now more into, if I notice that a comic is going for a long time, usually my Image ones, I get the trades. I've been pushing more to get those kind of things because it's space-wise when they go for that long. Marvel, DC, and a couple others, they relaunch every time, and I only follow the writers. But Image and them are a little different because the writer's usually on it the whole time. It looked good. It looked like it had a little violence to it. I saw Monster Girl in there. I'm hoping we get to see the Guardians of the Globe. I'm excited. That looks like fire. Y'all don't know. Now, Invincible is kind of like the DC movies where the later ones where they're more PG-13, a little bloodier, a little this. So I'm very excited to see that, see who voice acted, how it works. I'm so happy. Amazon got it. And I'm like, yes, we got a premium place that's going to take it to that next level. Yeah. If you haven't seen the trailer, check it out. I'll see if I remember when I'm editing this to put it in the link down below. You need to watch it because the comic, if you haven't gotten the Invincible comic, get it. It is a phenomenal comic book series. Like I said, I'm trying to get the compendiums and I'm going to get the whole series because now that I know that they end, I know I have a goal to work towards. I'm actually going to try start getting those maybe next year or so, or talk to a couple friends when we exchange gifts and be like, they usually ask me what I want. I like be like, you know what? Give me a compendium. Make a little list, you know, whatever. Try to get my hands on some things. Now, I want to talk about this. I didn't do much research, but I already heard the crying. They're talking about how Jamie Foxx is back as Electro, but now, and I told my boy when he even said something to me, I'm like, it's probably Electro with the yellow Electro with the mask. It's not the Electro like that right away. So, they already hinted that Spider-Man might show up in Doctor Strange. Now, we all have been bugging about Spider-Verse, 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 Spider-Verse. Then you get the great movie of Into the Spider-Verse. People have been wanting it, just like they wanted Planet Hulk. You saw how they did that? They did Thor Ragnarok. And that's how they got Planet Hulk. I think we're getting Spider-Verse in this, and it's going to bleed into the multiverse of madness. Even if they don't show up here, and they're like, look, I would love to see at the end of this Spider-Man, whatever they call it, right? He deals with his own version of Electro, and then the other Electro shows up. Now, there's people who sit there and go, oh, Jamie Foxx sucked the Electro. No, he didn't. Also, too, I don't care which Spider-Man series you like better. To me, I'm going to put this out there now. The greatest Spider-Man movie ever is Into the Spider-Verse. At least to date. It's better than all the Spider-Man movies. Deal with it. I don't care. I'm just telling you now. If you tell me, no, it's this one. I don't care. As a matter of fact, I'll do one better for you. Probably piss you off a little bit. Both the Amazing Spider-Man movies to me are better than the Raimi ones. Sacrilege. I don't care. You can enjoy them if you want. I mean, that's great. Though I do like the Raimi ones, but the Amazing ones are more accurate to Spider-Man. So, if they do this Into the Spider-Verse, the way I see it, now if you followed Into the Spider-Verse, they had like the talisman, and I remember one of the stories where the talisman, might have been a cartoon show, but I remember one of the stories, the talisman was actually powered by Electro. So they could get Electro from Amazing Spider-Man, or they could get this Electro and then use him to do the talisman, and then he could actually help Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. And what I would like to see is them kind of take the Multiverse of Madness, which is a play off of the H.P. Lovecraft story, and kind of retrofit in the Spider-Verse, and that would explain why or help explain why in Morbius, when you saw Spider-Man's a murderer, it looked like the Raimi one. Just saying. So we could see something really cool and different. I hope it's that. I would love... Look, I know Marvel's smart. You want to write your own check? There are people who are all in the camp of amazing. They're like, Amazing Spider-Man is the best, blah, blah, blah. I don't care if you think there's actually a lot. I'm one of them out of the three. I still think he did the best in the end. I love the MCU Tom Holland ones. Don't get twisted, though. But like my one boy, flat out, he's like, nope, the best ones are these. Are the Amazing. But then I know people who are like, no, the best ones are the Raimis. Not the biggest fan of the third one, but I know a lot of people are like, the best one's the Raimis. Then there's people who are like, no, the best one's the MCU. So, and then there's people like me who say, well, even though I enjoyed all of them and I like Amazing pretty much the most, still stand out, maybe. I'll come back to you on that, but the one that is a factor is that the number one best one is Into the Spider-Verse with Miles Morales. So it doesn't really matter which order you tell me. That to me is the best movie. I don't care if it's animated. I don't care. People go, animated movies are different from... No, they're all movies. They're all films. They're just the same amount of work. Shot different. I don't care. I don't separate the two. I only separate them in category of talking about animation versus animation or something. So that's just how I roll. Deal with it. But anyway, so with it, I think the smart thing to do would be to have Tom Holland come back, of course. Have Andrew Garfield come back, finish out his contract for the third film. That'll finish it. Have Toby come back. That'll finish out his contracts. Have them all team up. This way they all could be in the MCU. They get their MCU shine. Because whether people like it or not, these other two guys do deserve the respect of being the previous Spider-Man. They did their job very well. Whether you love the movies or hated the movies or whatever, they did their jobs very well. I would also love to see a live action Miles. So imagine them doing the Into the Spider-Verse thing because of the Multiverse of Madness, and that's the kind of the next thing Sony does. That would be crazy, especially because now I'm hearing that they are doing a Silk TV show. And I'll probably do a video about that. I actually have some more information about that, so I'll try to remember, and I'll do a video about that because no one's really talking about that. There is a Silk TV show coming. But yeah, I think that's why we're seeing Jamie, and they were like, well, we already had Jamie Foxx. It'll kind of make it fit when Electro meets Electro. I think this is my theory. I think it's going to be one of those things where I'll recognize myself in another universe, but if I'm a completely different looking person, I'm not going to be as inclined to believe it. But if another version of me walked up and said, look, I'm from this other universe and I have these powers, don't you want them? I'm going to be a little bit more inclined than a guy who would be like 6'7", 390 pounds of pure muscle, and he happens to be Puerto Rican and walk geek protagonist, blah, 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 you know? Not going to be the same. So I think they're going to do the multiverse thing to give us a version of Spider-Verse. And I think we should be very excited about what's to come for that. But also, too, Invincible is here! Finally! Yes! Y'all, check it out. Trust me, if you haven't read the comic book, and you like Walking Dead or stuff, read the comic book. I know Kirkman has come out with a comic called Firepower. I've not really looked at it yet, but I did read all of Wolfman. Wolfman was excellent. Super Dinosaur, excellent. I've read all of that. That has a cartoon show too. I haven't gotten a chance to watch it yet. But Invincible, I've been like, I need to do a movie or something. Invincible, I feel is Amazon's smart. I'm noticing what Amazon is doing. They're grabbing those ones that had like a cult following and bringing it to the States like, a little bit more push. This might be something. Yeah. Exciting times. But please calm down with the Electro thing. It's fine. Got a feeling it's more about the multiverse stuff, so stop complaining every time they make, I don't like him in Electro. Let it go. Get over it. It's probably going to be a Spider-Verse, and don't you want a Spider-Verse movie? Tell me. Look, forget who's your favorite, who's not your favorite. If you love Tom Holland, if you love Andrew Garfield or Tobey, nix all that. Who wouldn't want to see a movie with all the Spider-Men in one movie? Standing in the room at the same time. Who doesn't want to see that? Come on. And that would serve every single Spider-Man fan at once. People who, I have a friend who's like, Tom Holland's alright, but nothing special. Andrew's the best. I have friends who are like, yeah, Tobey's still the best. I've seen people who, I have one friend, but I've seen most people go, Tom Holland. Like, so people have their favorites. It's like James Bond. But how about we get all of the Spider-Man, the organic one, the one with his own webbing, like they could all talk and exchange, and you see these adventures, and people who love these other guys get to see them one more time at least in an adventure. So we all get, that would be me getting, and people that love The Amazing, or TASM as they call it, getting their final beat of that Spider-Man. Then you have people with Tobey who were like, we're supposed to get 4 stuff. All right, well, you get that one more story of an older Spider-Man. That would be cool. And Peter Parker. And then Tom, you get a little more love from him. So instead of getting 3, maybe more. Like, this is a win-win if this is the way I see it going. Now, it could go the other way. Never know. But I'm going to stay positive about it. I think this is where they're going to go with this, okay? So just calm down. You know, they're going to make some more announcements, but I got a funny feeling we're getting a version of Spider-Verse that we've wanted. And the biggest factor, 3 Spider-Men in one movie. Whew. And Invincible. Good times. But I had to get that Rick Moranis thing out because that was just insane and ridiculous and pathetic, whoever did that. So I hope they put him in jail twice. Rick Moranis left Hollywood to be with his kids, to raise his kids after his wife died. Like, the man is a treasure. I've wanted him back in movies forever. I want him in the new Ghostbusters. I love Rick Moranis. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Spaceballs. Like, the man is just wonderful, okay? That person's a jerk. And I hope he doesn't go away because of it. And I know Ryan Reynolds took it on it like a little bit because he felt he exposed him to it. So, anyway, enjoy Invincible. This is the Geek Protagonist. You stay safe, you stay healthy, you stay real. And I'll see you in the next one. This is kind of just a news buzz. I'm still in the midst of stuff, but hey, I'm actually almost finished, so I may be getting back to a little bit more regularly schedule how I used to do. I try to do 2 a day. Also, too, some things I've been working on, some things, new job stuff and everything. So that's been kind of taking up my time as well as me reorganizing this place, but I'm almost there. All right, so I will see ya. Hey, thank you for visiting my channel. This is the Geek Protagonist. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Please, it'll really help me out in the channel if you actually share these videos, if you like what I'm doing. Please hit that bell notification. Hit it, click. This way you won't miss any of my videos. Also, there's a thing on there that says personal and all. Hit the all. This way you'll get them every time for the notifications. I'm trying to, grow, trying to do commentary about what's going on. And I want to thank you again. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay real. This is the Geek Protagonist. I'm out, and I'll see you.